Welcome to Forging Your Empire. I'm Iggy. Today we're doing an introduction to Guild versus Guild, otherwise known as the GvG. Put the video on pause if you like and go grab your favorite drink. Come back and we're going to get you guys orientated in the GvG. This video is for beginners and people who are new to the GvG and want to get an orientation of the layout of the land before jumping in with their guild. So say your guild is talking about attacking a sector on a certain map. For this land, we're in the Iron Age. And they say they're going to start in 10 minutes. You've never been in it before. I'm going to bring you through the steps that I do. The first thing to do is most guilds will move to what's called the guild chat. It's in the top right hand corner here. So instead of being in the message center, which is down here, this may be where they're getting everybody ready, saying, hey, we're going to start fighting soon, we're going to the Iron Age, who wants in? In order to move smoothly while you're in the GvG, you need to move to the guild chat, which is in the top right hand corner. I'm going to show you why. So click that drop down arrow. Then you have global, you have the neighborhood. You want this bottom shield, that is only for your guild. This is empty, but obviously your guild members will be here. And then you would type something in like here, or you know, I'm here, and you just hit enter and it pops up. So that's the first step. Communication is critical. Some guilds have Discord where you can talk and listen in. It's an application for gamers. I'm not very good at it, but I'm not going to cover that in this video. Talk to your guild leaders. They'll get you set up on that. But at least use the guild chat. It's critical. I'll show you why in a minute. Now to get into the guild continent map, it's down here in the bottom right hand corner. I'm just going to go ahead and click it. And what you'll notice is the guild chat stays open on every window. You can use this in the guild expedition. It just stays open on every window. It's really a good feature. These are all the maps: progressive era, modern era, all ages. If you mouse over it, it will tell you the top 3 guilds in that map. So we're on the Iron Age. You have Outcast. I know some people there, so I'm not going to mess with that. Then you have Talon and Cerebus. Okay, so let's click it. You click that map because your guild is telling you you're going to go in there. Now we don't control any sectors here, so you'll see all these orange arrows, which are landing zones. Those are sectors we can attack because we haven't landed yet. And you get that one-time benefit of when you land, you can attack multiple sectors. Follow your leaders and see what they say. Once you own a sector, it'll be a different layout. We'll talk about that later. This map is packed. I mean, everybody, if you look at these red bars, that's how many armies are in there. I'll just click on this. So click on a sector, and you see view sector, guild profile, guild and ranking. Let's go to view sector. This is just a random sector. Oh, this is important. I want you to empty your army out. Empty it out. You should really do that before you go in, so you don't make any mistakes. When I was learning GvG, I used to go in with full armies. I'd dump 8 rogues in. I would just burn units up. I had no idea what I was doing. Keep this empty so you don't make a mistake. Click on the red helmet, and you can see enemy defending armies. There are 8 shields here. Each army needs to be defeated 10 times in order to take that sector. So you have 80 battles here. This one sector takes 80 battles. I'm alone in this guild. It's just for training purposes. So that's a lot. I'm going to go over 4 different fighting styles with you guys. One is manual. One is 1 rotation auto, 2 rotation auto, and then full auto. If you're with the New Dawn, as I hope you are in Yorktown, you guys are going to mostly be going full auto, except for on a couple of other occasions. So let's not get involved with this guild. It's just too many battles. So I'm going to close out. Let's just scan around, see if we can find a place that looks reasonable to land. You're looking for ones with a lower bar. You know, they have less battles. There's not much on this map. Here's one in the landing zone. It's a headquarters. A headquarters is always going to have a attack and defense boost. So again, I'll just go view sector. You can look at the red helmet. They have 2 armies. That's 20 battles. But hold the mouse over it and you'll see there's a support bonus of 25%. So that means they will have an attack and defense bonus of 25%. So 20 battles versus 25%. Just keep looking around. Okay, we have something down here. Oh, we got a few down here. Sectors with trees have more power. You see the power is 6 and 6 and 3. Let's give this one a shot here. You can also get the guild profile. Let's look at the guild. This is some great tricks we'll talk about later. You know, it's a powerful guild. The leader has 61 million points. They have 45 members. You know, double-digit million points in the top 7 people. These guys will crush me if they show up, but that's okay. This is just for training purposes. So I'm going to click on this. Let's look at the sector. If they show up, it's fine. We'll learn something there too. I'll show you what it looks like when your siege army gets defeated and how you can replace it. Let's see what they have. Okay, great. They have 1 army here. 0% support bonus. So I've got to win 10 battles to take this sector. Now this is what I do. I'm going to go back out. We know what we want. You mouse over it. You see it says sector 3057. So you could get into the chat and say, let's take sector 3057. You know, a guild leader might do that. And you just hit enter. What I like to do is I go back to the city. I want to make sure I'm strong enough. I go into my tavern. Actually, first let's go to the army. Let's just look at the army. We'll throw a legionnaire in there and mouse over him. I have an attack bonus of 105%, defense of 55. Okay, the defense is not so good. Attack's okay. But I'm going back to my city. I'm going to go into the tavern, and I'm going to add a 20% tavern boost. You just go into your tavern shop. You click on the swords. Attacker boost. 4 hours, 20%. It's 3,000 in silver. I'm going to activate that. So I got another 20%. Now another trick, and this is stackable. You go into your inventory. Scroll through your inventory, and you see a 10% attacker boost. I've got 5 of those. And I've got 3 20% boost. So I'll leave it for now, but I could add this, and it would stack on top. So I'm just going to show you the army again quick. We'll mouse over him. He's at 125% now. I could add the 10 onto that. It'd be 135. I could stack all 5 and get him up to 175%. It all depends on who you're going up against. So let's leave it at that for now. Let's get back into the GvG, get you guys fighting. Okay, so we're going to go back to the maps, click on the Iron Age. And what's important to understand in the GvG is anything you put in here is gone for good. Consider it a donation. All of your troops stay here. They do not come back out. So you've got to have a lot. You've got to have a lot of units. You know, at least 80 rogues. I think in this group I have 300 rogues, something like that. But you want to have at least 80 rogues, and you need a lot of units, and you need a lot of goods. I'm going to go back in, I'll show you here. So let's put, we're just going to go with a couple of heavies. The cool thing about this army is there's only one. You can't see what it is yet, but once I attack it, I'll see what it is. And then I can adjust my army and be much more effective. But I want to show you those 4 fighting styles I mentioned. Let's go with 2 heavies, one of these color guards, and go with the light, and then the rest rogues. Actually, you know what? For the first one, I'm just going to do I'm going to do that 1 heavy 7 rogue setup. You guys should be familiar with that. If you're not, it's in one of my videos. Oh, I'm messing stuff up here. Okay, so let me back up. Let me back up here. Before you can attack a sector, you have to lay a siege army. A siege army does not actually fight in the battle. It's basically the price of admission to get in and fight. If you win the sector, that siege army becomes your first defending army. So I've got to put that in first, and you do not want to use 7 rogues and 1 unit on a siege army. So let's just use, you want to use attached units if you can, something that you're building in your city. I don't have any barracks in my city because, you know, I'm not active in this city. But let's just use a fair mix. I'll put 2 of each. Okay, now this is a siege army. It's not in yet. You got to put the 8 units. You mouse over this and it tells you need 5 of each good. Now, as you go on in the game, that gets more and more expensive. That's why you need a lot of goods and you need a lot of units. If you want to know how many units you have, by the way, you just mouse over it, and this tells me 33 archers. I can look at my fast units, 21, heavies, 43, light, 34. I want to go over and check the rogues. They're the most important, 317. You're going to see why in a minute. Okay, sorry, I've been delaying you guys, but there's a lot to cover and a lot I forget. Maybe we'll do a couple of videos. Okay, so I'm going to show you. We're going to lay a siege. So sometimes your guild members say, "Who can lay a siege?" They're looking for people who have attached armies that can go to the sector and lay the siege army. Once you do this, I'm going to do it now. We'll click it, and it's just confirming with you. Pay in place. Pay these goods and place it. Yes, pay in place. Now your army's gone. The one you had there before shows up. Okay, now you see these swords are up above that sector. That's why you'll see people in your guild say, "Swords up in the Iron Age." That means there's an attack going on. Green is you. You're the good guys. So when you see that, you can just go in and fight. So you click that sector, you view. Now I'll do that 7 rogue setup that I mentioned. We'll do one of these guys, and we'll just throw 7 rogues in. I'm not going to auto battle. I'm going to show you the first 3 styles I like first. Then you click attack, and it will bring you in. This computer's a little slow. I'm not on my fastest computer, and I don't want to hold you guys up, but it's good for learning. Now we get to see what they have. Look, they're full of, I'm going to hide the original unit. He's got color guards and drummers. I mean, it's kind of pathetic, but that's okay. So I'm going to show you 2 rotation auto. First will be a manual battle. You just fight the whole battle manually. That's very slow. Takes maybe at least a minute. So if you have 80 battles and you're going to fight manually, that's an hour and 20 minutes. I don't know anybody who wants to do that. When you're in the New Dawn, you've got to be quick. You know, so we're going to show you the auto battle in a minute. Right now I'm going to do, so that's how manual goes. We're not going to do manual. Right now I'm going to do, I'll show you 1 rotation and 2 rotation auto. I'm just moving my rogues up to protect the guy in the back. Okay, so that's 1 rotation. Then I skip this player. They're going to have their rotation. Just waiting for them to finish up. And then I can attack it. I can attack one more time, or I can hit over here, finish battle automatically. That will make it much faster. So if you do that after the first rotation, that's 1 rotation auto. If you do what I'm doing here, which is the second rotation, it's going to be two rotation auto. So I'm going to do 2 rotations. So again, I skip him. I just click on him, I skip him, and now I'm going to go finish battle automatically. So now you know what the manual battle is. You know 1 rotation auto, and you know 2 rotation auto. We know his setup now. So I'm gonna, okay, so the battle's over, victory, we win. We've got 3 rogues that are damaged. So you click OK. It's gonna bring you out of the sector. You see the swords are there. You go back into the sector, click view sector. This is your army. That's your siege army that we laid earlier. They have to defeat that 10 times to get you out. You'll start to see that bar coming down. You'll be getting flicked off. They call that flicking. And you'll know you're being attacked. So then you just have to speed it up, which is what we're going to do right now. So I'm going to remove everybody. Let's go with let's go all artillery, 8 artillery, and I'm going to just click auto battle. I'm not going back into the sector to click attack. I'm going to do auto battle. It'll finish the battle instantaneously. You can get wiped out this way, so you got to be careful, but let's just give it a shot. So auto battle. And you see 1 shield pops off. Okay, I lost 2 units and damaged 1, which is not great. So I'm going to say okay. I'm going to go back in. We want to make adjustments. Let's take these guys out. Let's go with 1 heavy. Actually, let's just go 2 heavies, a color guard, and then the rest rogues. If your attack and defense is strong enough, you can use a lot of rogues. You can go 6 rogues and 2 units, but you've got to have a strong attack and defense bonus. So I have 3 original units, 5 rogues. This generally works pretty well. I'm going to click auto battle again. Okay, I lost 1 legionnaire. That's fine. I've got a ton of them, so that's working out pretty well. As you go, you can adjust. So if you want to try 2, we can try 2 original units and 6 rogues. Auto battle. All right, we lost nobody. It's getting better. Slightly damaged. Legionnaire. So you're back in. When you're with the New Dawn, you're gonna fly through this. You guys are gonna wipe these guys out in less than a minute. I mean, sometimes you can do 80 battles over there in a minute or 2. So you definitely want to be on auto battle. You just gotta get a look at that army first. If they're already attacking, you don't even have to go in. Here's a little trick. Once this army is damaged, you just mouse over the shield, and it tells you 4 drummers, 4 color guards. With the New Dawn, these guys are going to be way ahead of you. You come in, you look at that, and you set your army up for it. And then you can just come in and start auto-battling right away and help out, you know, in a much faster manner. So again, I don't want to hold you guys up. Let's just auto-battle through this. I'll take them down to 1 army. I'll put an extra one there. It's okay. It doesn't matter. Let's just get it done. So if you've got 10 guys doing this, or 20, I mean, you're going to wipe this out in a matter of seconds. And it just goes really quick. Replace your injured, when you come back in, get rid of your injured units. Don't fight with injured units. There's no need to, especially if you've saved up enough rogues. You know, you don't want to lose unnecessary units. I'm going with 5 and 3. It's okay, but just make sure you do that. Keep losing 1. So on average, you're going to lose 1 or 2 units at battle, depending on your attack and defense boost. So keep that in mind. You know, if you've got 10 battles, you're going to lose 20 units. You want to have at least, you know, 80 units available for something like that. Not at least, but anyway, if you're going in for a big 80 or 300-400 battle, you got to have, you know, you want to have 900 rogues. You got to have a lot of guys ready to go. Figure on losing 2 units a battle. A lot of times you don't lose any. You know, if you're like Elevator in New Dawn, you do 41 battles and you don't lose a single unit. Alright, there you go. We didn't lose a single one. That must have been good luck talking about Elevator. Great fighter over there in the New Dawn. Okay, let's see where we're at now. We should be getting down there. I talk a lot, obviously, but let's get this down here. I want to show you what it's like when it bubbles. I'm not seeing any live resistance yet. A live defense you'd see this getting chipped away. Okay, we're not losing anybody now. So 6 and 2 looks like the best way to go. See how many are left. Okay, we got 1 left. So I want to do something here. Before we finish this sector, we got an opportunity to lay another siege. These guys own all of these strips. So another one with the tree here. I'm going to go to this one and I'm going to lay a siege on it. There's a reason for that. We'll talk about it later. View that sector. Let's just put another siege army in here so you get the practice. Let's use a little junkier stuff. I'm going to go with more archers. And then see, now it's 10. Before it was 5. So the cost and the goods have doubled. I'm only on my 2nd sector. So, you know, when you got 10 sectors, 100 sectors, these costs get really high. You've got to have an arc or an observatory donating goods to support this. So I'm going to lay that siege, pay in place now, because I don't get this opportunity only once. Now 2 places are under siege. The first one that you conquer becomes your headquarters. We'll do that here now. These guys are going to be happy when they show up, but at 8 o'clock they can bump me off. At any rate, this is about learning. So let's finish this off. It'll be the final battle. We'll go 3 and 5. We can even go 6 and 2. That's been working. Auto battle. Okay, now you see how the bubble we won. We didn't lose a single unit on that one. I don't know how many units I lost, but you know, a few. Okay, now you have the shield there, and it's bubbled. This is called bubbling. You've bubbled a sector. This green bouncing shield means you have an automatic defense. Nobody can attack you until 8 p.m. that night. It's already 6 o'clock. I'm just doing this for training purposes. But that's why right after 8 o'clock, a lot of people will do these fights. You've got 24 hours of protection. and the one you bubble will automatically turn into your headquarters. So I can attack anything that's connected to my headquarters, and you can move your headquarters once. This is part of the strategy in the game. That's why I laid this siege over here. So if I take these two, and this one is my headquarters, I can attack two next to it. You see, I'm able to lay another siege. It's 15, so I could siege that one. I can go here and I can siege this one. I can finish this one. I could have 4 of these. If this guy only had 5 tiles, I could then move my headquarters to this one and remove him from the map. So you'll get into that later. I hope this helped answer a lot of questions for you guys. Don't forget to use the guild chat. Let's go back into this sector for a minute here. See how things have changed. Okay, so now your defending army is this one. I'm going to remove everything here. So now the siege army doesn't exist because we've won this sector. Your defending army is now here. You get 2 slots that are open for free. So when your guild says, can you place a defending army, this is what they mean. It means you control the sector and they want to fill in some of these slots. The second one is free, so we can just do it. It doesn't cost us any goods. We'll put a couple of each. I like to use attached if I can. So you fill in your 8 units. This is a defending army. You're laying a defending army, and then you just click the white arrow in the orange box. Do you really want to place this? Place army. And now we have 2 shields. They have to beat us now 20 times. If we want to fill all 8, go to the next one. It costs 30 of each good. And then I think this one is 30. I think it's 60 and 60, 90 and 90. Oh good, look, they're trying to flick us off the other one. So now you're going to see, they've woken up here. This is just what I wanted to happen. This is great. Okay. So we're going to go into this sector. They see we're here. See, we've lost one. It means they're attacking us. So they're here, which is cool. I mean, I can fight them. But watch, if you watch from a distance, so say we own this sector and we're going for another one. You see those red swords going away? It means they're attacking our siege army. So you can call that out in the chat. We're being flicked. And vice versa is true. When you own this sector and somebody attacks us, you'll get a message saying we need flickers in the Iron Age, sector 3057. That means come in, you'll enter your own sector, and you'll actually click attack. And when you do that, you'll be attacking the sieging army. So that's what a flicker is. I hope this answered a lot of questions for you guys. There's a lot more to cover. I want to, it's already been almost 25 minutes, so I'm going to cut the video here. I'll probably do another one that shows you about, the event log down here. It's important. How to center on your headquarters, just a little bit more of the workspace. If you want that, let me know. I'll do that. But for now, I'm gonna cut it off here. I could get into that fight a little bit. I'm gonna let those guys knock us off. And it doesn't matter that much to me. But now, when you go back into the Iron Age, you see this little green hex. You'll see the properties you own from this perspective, so you can see all of your sectors in one quick glance. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here. Next video, I'll bring you into Yorktown. We'll look at some of the sectors that the New Dawn has. It's been awesome over there. I want you guys to be a little more familiar with the place where you're playing mostly. This was just for training purposes. I hope you enjoyed the video. Do all that stuff. Give it a thumbs up. All that yada yada. Send me a message if you want. If you have any questions or if you want other stuff. And I will talk to you soon. Hope you enjoyed that video, and that it really helps you improve your understanding of the GvG. Alright, I will talk to you soon.